What's up, YouTubers? Today I'll bring you a deck profile on the Liberator after the support of 2015 Winter Fighter Collection. Starter is the same. We play Flaming Passion Liberator Gaiodu, I think. Skill is put this into the soul when your Vanguard's in Legion. You could check top 3 from your deck and then superior call one, then put the rest to the bottom deck and shuffle it. So it helps you to use Glare's effect easier since Glare it's not like Percival, which is the free call, and Glare's skill need to be used after units being called from the deck. So this is free and then let you shuffle the deck if you stack early game on the bottom deck with triggers. So this help you shuffle it, and then when late game all you have left in the deck is triggers. Moving on to grade 3, we have 4 Glare. Glare is the main finisher of the deck. So skill is counterblast 1, choose a bluish flame card from your hand and discard it. When your unit is called from the deck to rare, you could you pay the cost, and if you do, you gain a crit, and for this turn, when this unit attacks, your opponent cannot guard with grade 1 or higher. So but this card has to be in Legion. Second ability doesn't have to be in Legion. But you usually use it when you are Legion also. So let's say you already use this and you use a skill you did not finish your opponent. So you could, and then next turn, your turn again, you could just counterblast 1, retire a unit on your field, and then check top 4, superior call another one, and then put the rest to the bottom deck, which help you to get the condition of the first skill. So now, once you use the second skill to call one, you can use the first skill to discard a bluish flame to activate its skill, gains a crit, and your opponent cannot guard. Which 20k, if you have a Bruno in the back, let's say you call it once, that's a 30. You call it twice, that's a 33, which is really high, and your opponent can only guard with grade 0. Plus, having an extra crit is really, really good. Then, as a grade 3, I play Percival. A lot of people is playing Core because Core has the same skill as Glare, that counterblast 1, retire 1, you could check top 4 to call 1. But I don't like that card because Glare counterblast really, really heavy, and there's also Aggravel, Stride, they all counterblast, so you don't really have that much counterblast to use. Also, this is free, so when you Legion, you automatically get a free card from top 4, which is pretty nice because let's say you Legion, you only have 1 counterblast, you top 4, you could call Aggravel. But if you use Core, Core skill let you counterblast 1, but once you call unit, if you call Aggravel has no counterblast to use, which means Percival is better. And second of all, you hardly use this anyway. This is just backup if you don't get Glare. If you get Glare, usually you don't use Percival. So this is just, I use this for Glare skill and Shy usually, so it's not that important. You could play Core if you guys want, but I mean, Core is really slow though, because you take too much counterblast, and when you write Glare, you have no skill on Glare. For grade 2, we play 4 Aggravel. Best grade 2 for Liberator right now, because like when you place this on rare, just counterblast 1, you could check top 3 to superior call another Liberator, which is really, really free. And that's basically it. And also it's a Legion for Percival. Then we play the other version of Aggravel. It's a Legion made for Glare. It's also an 11k attacker, and it's search for any grade 3 you want. When it's being called from the deck, you could just soul blast 1 and top 5 to search 1 to add it to your hand, which is free because if you call it on the side, it's an 11k. Let's say you have Glare as Legion, like this, and then you use skill soul charge. You top 5 to call this. This skill lets you soul blast 1. From the top 5, you get to search a grade 3. And then after searching this grade 3, you can use its first effect, which discard 1 and then counterblast 1 to let your opponent not be able to guard with grade 1 or higher and gains a crit. Then moving on to last grade 2 is the new one from the Fighter collection. Its effect is really, this card is useless early game, so it has no skill unless you Legion or you Shy. And the only condition is if you let's say if you ride a grade 3 and you strike right away. This effect only activate if you strike a Liberator, because it said the card says when this is placed on rare, if you have a Vanguard with originally 2 Liberator in its card name, which means strike itself has to be a Liberator and the heart has to be a Liberator, or your Legion. Legion is 2 card, which both Vanguard has Liberator. This skill activate. When it's placed on rare, you can just check top 3 to superior call one, and then it doesn't have to be. The best part is it doesn't have to be open R. Also, if you search another copy, you can call it also. And second part is that when you call this, check top 3. If you call grade 3, let's say you get a glare, you call it. You can add this glare to your hand instead of leaving on the board. Excuse me, guys. And if you have let's say you have a full field, like you call this, you have a Vanguard with like this, and then you have let's say 3 booster. This is your field. Let's say you have it like this. You have it like this, and then you use aggregate skill to call this out, and then this skill you call you found a grade 3 and you call it. This skill lets you add it to hand, and once you add it to hand, this unit doesn't have to be retired. So you still have a full board and you get a free grade 3, which this card is really good. But the only bad part about this is that you have to be in Legion or in Stride with a Liberator card. Then moving on to grade 1, we have 4 Perfect Shield. You have to play the on flip one because this deck counterblast is really heavy, so on flip is really good. And you don't have to worry if you ride this early game, because if you ride this at grade 1, you could Soul Blast it out with Aggro. Since Aggro just says Soul Blast 1, doesn't have to be Liberator, not like Joseph. Then moving on, you play 4 Bruno. This is the best card. I mean, Go Pattern, you call a lot from the deck, so this gains tons of power. It's really huge booster. Late game, let's say if you have a Vanguard and then you stride, you could call this like on this side or behind Vanguard. It depends on where you want it. By striding, your stride can call. If you call this, that's 1, so it gains 3k. You call Aggravel, that's 2, so it gains 6k. And then if you call Aggravel skill, call this, that's gain 9k. That skill calls this, it gains 12k, and you can add this to hand. This is really powerful card. This is a powerful booster. If you play it with Glare and you use Glare skill that turn, it's really high power. So the more it gets, harder for your opponent to guard. Then moving on, we have 3 Zoran. It helps you do superior call. So because in the deck, there's only a certain amount of card that lets you superior call, because you have to take space for some card that has skill other than superior calling, like Aggro is a searcher, but it doesn't keep going with calling. So you have to give more stuff that you could call, and you need Soul, since Aggro and Joseph Soul Blast. Then you play 3 Joseph. Let you draw a card when you superior call from the deck, but the only bad part is that you have to Soul Blast a Liberator, which means if you ride this at grade 1, you cannot Soul Blast this card out. You can only Soul Blast a Liberator. Then moving on to grade 0, we have 8 crit for the one that has skill, which is when this plays on R, either from your hand, you could just call it, or from the deck. You could put this to the bottom deck. Check top 4 for a grade 3 with Bluish Flame is the name, and add it to hand. Then put the rest to the bottom and shuffle it. So it's early game. Let's say you call it an Aggro, and then Aggro skill give you top 3. You get 2 crit and 1 heal trigger. If one is a crit is this, you can just call it and put a bottom to search for a grade 3. So you don't lose a card. You don't lose a crit on the board, and you get to add a grade 3. Then we have 4 stand. This is the best stand trigger. When this is being if you aggravate or anything that superior calls something from the deck, you could call this out, and this could go to the bottom deck, and then check top 3 to call another one. Which to any other trigger, this is a best skill. The only thing is a sand trigger, but in this deck, sand trigger works well also, since your field is going to be really high. So Agriel and Bruno. The first attack will swing for, if you superior call 3 times, that will be a, let's see, that will be a 27. 27 swing for really high, and then if you stand trigger, this is 11k by itself, so 11k still can hit, which stand trigger is really nice in this deck. And plus the skill that you keep calling, but the bad part is that you cannot call yourself. That's the only thing. So if you call this, bottom 3, you could call Zoran skill soul chart, and then you could call this again. But you cannot call it like skill to call another one. That's you are not able to do that. Then we play 4 heal. Moving on to Shy, we have our 4 Bluish Flame, True Liberator, Holy Flame. Skill is counterboss 1, flip a copy of flip a card in your G zone. So you usually flip this out, and then skill for each face up Bluish Flame, True Liberator, Holy Flame in the G zone face up, you could check top 3 superior call one and drop the other 2 card in the drop zone. So if you ride this, try this, and you have 3 copy, you could basically counterboss 1, check top 3 for 3 times, but it means you have to discard 6 card. Then we play 2 Crossfire. This card's you hardly use it, because with this you fill your board really fast. And this is the only part where you use it. Like if you're playing against Brawler, let's say Brawler hit your full field with Stride, you could just do this, because you usually use this first, so that's already give you 4, and then this skill makes it 5. So your top 5 you could call all 5, which give you a full board, and you could just and then your opponent can't really do anything, because this will fill your board. If you get this is free, so it goes on and goes on really easily. So if you want to hit your full board, this can help you refresh your whole board. Then we play 1 copy. I'm not really sure if this is useful or not, because I never used it. Since your Vanguard guarantee going to be a Liberator, and you guarantee going to shrine into this, so this card is hardly being used. I might take this out to play another copy of this. This is really useful because you don't play Stride Father, which means you have to discard all your grade 3 for Stride. And this helps you to get a grade 3 back, which if you don't Stride, you can use Clear's ability to discard the grade 3. Which this card is really nice. So there you have it. This is my new Liberator deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy it.